Okay, and we're back. Yeah, no kidding. Probably would have been a little better for you. Maybe you could have played Terrorist Takedown too. And that's what I'm doing. It's a fun time. Alright, up we go into the Palace of Death. Into the Temple of Doom. Nope. Where are they? There they are. Get wrecked. Up we go. Up and around. Oh, damn, this palace is fucking cool. They got some red curtains and shit. This looks like some very early PlayStation 3 shit. I mean, then again, the whole game kind of does, but, you know. Pretty awesome. I love how detailed this looks. Goodbye. Just gonna follow the arrow over to, the way out, I guess. Do a quick save. Alright. Off we go. It's gaming time. Alright, got a checkpoint. Yeah, this is a pretty elaborate little castle they got. Yeah, they don't do shit like this in games. Not anymore. Really miss it. And hell, it's not like it's even that hard to make. Just make everything not look so shiny all the time, you know? Shiny, rubbery, plastic, looks like Play-Doh. Play-Doh and mashed potatoes. It's like every game nowadays doesn't look as good as Black Ops 3, but they're really trying to look like Black Ops 3, and it's just disgusting. Black Ops 3 was kind of cartoonish, but, you know, that whole game had a more serious undertone about the dangers of technology deteriorating everything around us, so, you know, when that shit gets abused, and then you basically treat people like we tend to treat our technology, where we just throw them out in 10 to 15 year intervals when we feel like it. Yeah, you know, the shorter that lifespan gets, you apply that to people and it starts to become really fucking depressing. And that's a great idea for a video game story, I think, especially Call of Duty, which is like one of the most disposable yearly franchises, period, finally making a game about how the dangers of its negligence and, you know, waste and abandonment of all of its prior games has kind of caught up to it. That's the thing, though, right? With all these older games of Call of Duty and like old Windows versions, they're all abandonware. I mean, they still charge for this shit, but you're never getting any updates. So why the fuck are they even charging for it? It just doesn't add up. Like, why are you charging for it other than to just punish people? It's exactly what they're doing. Plus, trying to play an old Call of Duty is going to give you like 7,000 different security issues. So, unless you're playing the shit on a Xbox 360 offline, forget it. That or a PlayStation 3 offline. Then you pirated all of like the DLC for the PlayStation 3 version. I mean, you're basically just not going to have a good experience if you don't, you know, or if you only play it on a PC that has no connection to the internet whatsoever, or you just play a pirated version of Call of Duty. Then it's like, well, yeah, I mean, I guess it'd be a lot harder for a hacker to get to that, but your vulnerability is still going to be within that game. because it's just baked into the core networking system itself, which is still implemented even in a pirated version of the game. So technically, in order to solve that, you would just have to straight up remove any multiplayer aspects of the game entirely. Which include the menus and all that shit, because that's all vulnerable. It's pretty fucked up. Meanwhile, something like this, I haven't heard of any City Interactive games giving people security issues, but I'm sure they exist. I just hope nobody finds any. No software is without sin, naturally. Like the Source engine. I think the Source engine is one of the worst fucking engines ever made. I've had nothing but issues with it, and there are so many security holes and issues with that shit. It's innumerable, you know, indescribable the amount of remote code execution exploits, hacks, bugs, glitches galore. You know, Bethesda gets a lot of shit for their Creation Engine being broken, but like Creation Engine never gives me weird lag or other issues like Source does.
You again? Salim.
It's Salim. Oh shit, there he is. He's dead. Oh! That's all he had to say. RIP.
Gotta hand it to you. You dealt with him like a pro. Coburn, you bastard. Give me one reason why I shouldn't kill you. You know, I did save your ass. Get the hell out of here. Though, if you're as high and mighty as you claim, you could help me save the hostages. I don't think so. I already lost enough men and equipment today. How can you just... It's your mess. You screwed up my op, now you got a deal. Best of luck to you, buddy.
Oh, okay, well I guess I can't shoot him. Lovely.
No time to lose. Those bastards will kill the hostages.
Somehow I'm here. Alright, quick saving. Off I go. Excellent shadow system here. There are two of them. Get it out of here. There we go. It's gaming time again. Intense dramatic music.mp3. Gaming time. Alright, off we go. Take him down. Oh, that got him. Good thing it didn't get me. I gotta go find the hostages. But yeah, with some... Oh. I didn't know that's how they made their architecture here in the Middle East. Oh, no wonder everything fell apart, huh? Everything kept falling apart. It's probably because they got a hallway that leads straight into a fucking wall. They're underground catacombs here. Alright. Anyway. Time to navigate the maze of death.
I could use the snake cam to see what's in there.
Can also use a gun to shoot what's in there. Oh, that doesn't look like an explosive, unfortunately. This does, though. Oh, those were explosives. Oh, hell if I was supposed to know that. Anyway. I think there's one motherfucker still in here. You know, how convenient. Well, that ought to work. Ding dong ding ding dong ding dong dong dong. What I liked about Black Ops 3's story was they were, you know, I think the most accurate depiction of AI. AI isn't smart. It doesn't have a master plan. It just makes people upset, angry, and stupid. That's just what it is. It's a noise machine. It's like these fucking barrels. It doesn't have a master plan. It just grows and grows and grows until people can't control their emotions. And it controls them. Makes them say and do increasingly more and more stupid, inane, and psychotic shit until eventually everything deteriorates all around it. And you know, that makes sense because people are fucking stupid. People are stupid, and in their attempt to control everything, they'll make something that breaks people, then remove any alternatives, thus giving them control. Because instead of actually innovating and making something new, they'll just take away something from you, and then try to sell you back little bits of it in pieces to try and make you think that they had done anything when all they had done was take away what you already had and made you search for a tool you had the whole time. Then they just called it new. You know, oh, it's AI. No, it's not. It's just a piece of Windows 7 you're selling back to me with a new skin on it. That's not innovation. That's extortion. You ever notice how every Windows is basically the same shit as Vista, with a different reskin over the top, and then more limitations and more barriers in the way of basically just being a shittier Windows Vista? Yeah. That's all it is. It's just one more means for them to control you, or to try and control you anyway. The funniest thing, though, is that it never stops pirates. It never stops people who, you know, don't bother using these systems in the way they're intended. All it ends up doing is punishing people who pay for the shit normally. So realistically, if you wanted to not be controlled by corporate, I'd say don't use Linux, just use a pirated Windows. Then you debloat the shit out of it, and there'd be a great video called How to Debloat Windows, I think. How to make Windows 10 super secure on this channel called Privacy is Freedom, I found. You can do that. It's pretty good. It's pretty in-depth. Personally, I use one called Windows 10 Ameliorated. I find it to be very handy. That's what I'm playing this game on right now. It's probably not the most secure version of Windows 10, but it is like the most easy for any average Joe to set up, which is why I recommend it. Plus, it's like the bare minimum you would need to get most new games and apps running, so that too. Though some of them are updating to require that you have Windows 2004, Windows 10 2004, I mean. Oh shit, get the fuck out, bitch. Fuck you. You trapped me in the corner and beat the shit out of me. But the thing with Windows 10 is it's pretty soon going to become abandonware, so you're not going to have much choice but to pirate it. And that's the thing with most old Microsoft systems is with Windows 8 and 7 and XP and Vista, well, they've taken all of the means for you to legally activate your copy offline, so there's nothing stopping you from just using like a mass grave activator or installer, you know, for educational purposes, right? This way you're educated in how to activate your Windows 10 properly in 2025. Since they've taken down all the official means, and basically all that shit's abandonware, well, you know. Same thing with this game, right? City Interactive isn't exactly selling this anywhere, so realistically, I don't think anyone cares if you just go buy an old used copy off of eBay or pirate the shit. It's kind of the fucked up part when games get abandoned and software gets abandoned is, you know, you'll have some companies that just don't care. Like, it's not that they would, you know, prefer you go steal their shit. It's just they'll turn a blind eye to it because they'd rather go sell something new, meaning that the old thing gets left behind. And you know, there's not always a clean or good alternative in most cases. What you tend to find is if you want to use Windows 7, you're going to have to do a lot of sailing on the 7 seas, unfortunately. It's great that it's mostly free, but I mean, I don't know how much I would trust most of the sources you could get it from. Oh.
Please, get us out of here.
I found the hostages.
Follow me. Move it. We gotta get to the evac point.
There are 2. Alright, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Scythe, the hostages are free. We're headed for the exit.
They act like they have a gun, but they don't. What are you doing, man? I think this dude is quite enjoying that.
Understood. We're on our way.
He's holding a rifle that doesn't exist. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this shit now is, since it's just abandonware or not even being maintained or sold anymore, it's just kind of left here to rot. I mean, it's complete, it's fun, it's good, but you know, you're gonna have to go through sketchy places to find this shit, or otherwise you're gonna have to have a little more trust in people than might be, you know, a good idea. I mean, for the people who normally, you know, will do this shit because they just want to have a game they like preserved, there's about 5 or 10 people who just want to fuck over your computer, taking advantage of your nostalgia or whatever for an old video game. Especially Russians. Don't ever trust that shit. Usually you'll find out that they'll put some backdoor in it because they get, you know, pissed one day or whatever. Furries and Russians. Usually those are the two you want to avoid if possible, because they'll usually fuck it up in some aspect or some regard. Put a backdoor in their bullshit, put some kind of thing in there. Even in open source programs, because they're kind of banking on the idea that whoever's using their shit doesn't know how to code, so they can just put whatever the fuck they want in it. That's always the risk of things like this. Open sourced games, usually. Or Linux, another big thing with Linux. Why would you ever want to use Linux when you could just go use a, you know, old version of Windows that's going to get your job done better and faster? Like, Linux basically gatekeeps itself. The only other free thing that I've seen ever gatekeep itself is Team Fortress 2. And the less you talk about that, the better, because that game is a fucking dead thing walking. A zombie. Nobody ever wants to be involved with that piece of shit, simply out of principle. It's a disgusting product that no longer resembles the thing it used to be, and is just an overall, you know, horrible thing. The only reason people ever stick with it is because, 1, they have no standards, or 2, it's because they're scamming the market to make money off of, I don't know, hats and shit. Hats and worthless virtual items that don't fucking exist. It's just usually the way it is, and it's unfortunate, but out of sight, out of mind. quick save here. Also, fun thing with this is you don't actually need to take the hostages with you. You can just go to the end, and then they'll say that you escaped successfully with the hostages. I found that out. It was pretty funny. Just as long as they don't die, like you can keep them in the back somewhere. And then you can just run ahead, like way the fuck ahead of them, and it'll say you've got the hostages no matter what. Probably because they were just running out of time, and this was their last set piece they could, you know, properly program. Or otherwise, not very well programmed. I wouldn't even call this proper programming if physics objects keep getting in my fucking way. But anyway. The way they finish out this game here is big fan room. Now, if you liked the fan room in SAS Secure Tomorrow, there's another one here. This fan is actually tiny. That's another thing I like about this AI is, you know, they're trying. They're really trying very hard to make it, you know, good, but the environments that they're given are just kind of whatever. I do like the old Xbox 360 era God rays that a lot of games like this with the really harsh shadows they would do. Miss this shit. You know, it's something you take for granted when you have it time and time and time again, but when it's gone, you really miss it. But I don't think it would be too hard to make this on like Unreal Engine or something. Like it feels like this shit, if it runs like this on this engine, it would not be too terribly hard to remake it on a new engine or something with, you know, better graphics. I guess it really just comes down to how much effort you want to put into it. With games on Unreal, you kind of reap what you sow. Like, a lot of people just get the idea that Unreal Engine is a bad engine because too many people use it in bad ways. No, it's not that. Like, I think it's the same thing with Game Guru or any other fucking tool. If you just use the tool right, you'd never notice anybody's doing anything at all. So if you're constantly doing a bad job and maybe not disincentivizing people properly from making these terrible products, then yeah, no shit, you know. Nothing's gonna change. Also, I really like those God rays. Those are really fucking cool. Love the way that looks. Oh, see, they also teleport. There they go, see? I wasn't kidding. Them hostages will catch up. You can just go ahead. Go on ahead without them, you know? Go on without me!
Scythe, Claymore here. We're headed for home. All surviving hostages are on board. Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. Good work. I've been promoted. The Medal of Honor. Not, of course, to be confused with the Code of Honor or the Battle Strike series, or the Sniper Ghost Warrior, or Armed Forces Corps. That was a fucking good game. I mean, it wasn't anything particularly special, but, like, that's the thing, is even the budget bargain bin games of yesteryear are still fucking leagues ahead of games now. This shit was fun. The, you know, environments had great lighting and shadows. The physics systems and all that shit was really cool. There was some banter, there was some back and forth. You know, it doesn't need much, but that's not all I'm asking, you know? I'm not asking for very much. This is not an impossible thing to do, but you know, it just is what it is. Anyway, thanks for watching this Let's Play series of Terrorist Takedown 2. I had a lot of fun playing this one. I'm gonna look forward to playing Terrorist Takedown 3 as well. So that'll do it for this Let's Play. Thanks for watching.